Hello there, everyone. While looking at YouTube, I've noticed no one has uploaded a playthrough of Decoration Disconnection and Disorder. This is a this is a fun visual novel made based on the novels of Kinoko Nasu of Type Moon fame. You could say they wanted to give it visuals to go along with all of its future great work. So I figure I'll be the first to upload a playthrough of this on YouTube. Well then, let's get to it. He awoke to the faint sound of grating bone. When he opened his eyes in the dead of the night, he noticed he lost his sense of feeling in his arms and legs. His mind was mimicking a transparent chrysalis. He felt like a dwarf, no bigger than the palm of a hand. I look inside his brain, locked inside his brain. However much he moved his limbs, his sleeping corpse would not budge. Only his left arm was connected to his trapped mind. The blood beating in those veins was transformed into information. He felt the illusion of a mere part replacing his whole. Being only able to move his left arm meant that the existence of Arika Ishizue was concentrated in his left arm. Ah, his body is in pain. He hears the sound of grinding. He feels the chill of his body being scraped away. The pleasure of his entire being chewed. The realization that he was being eaten. The arm faded away and he finally regained his freedom in the darkness. He heard slurping. He removed the blanket. On top of the bed was the sight of complete red. The girl, stained in pure red from the nose down, smiled at him with her shattered jaw. Onichan, it hurts, doesn't it? That girl was possessed by something wrong. His left arm, which had been gobbled up quickly. There was no pain, there were no bite marks. The girl licked the severe surface with her shattered jaw, as if to fill in the large hole of one who has lost someone. It was a silent night of grating bone, the sound of budding beautiful life. J D A. Alright then. Now I remember. It had been the end of summer, back when I finally was released out of that prison they call a hospital, and when I had been seriously thinking at whether I should go back to college. I've been making my way to the home of a neighbor, someone I've seen around the block a few times, Akisaki-san. 10 o'clock when the sun had set, without pushing the doorbell or saying anything, I snuck in through the front door. Nah, I was going to smash a window to get in, but luckily it wasn't locked. Careless smug. Now see that? That makes me look like some punk thief. Problem was, I couldn't say it was off the mark at all. Just 1 month ago, on the night of September 12th, I had illegally entered the residence like a burglar because I wanted money. Apparently, there had been a family suicide at Shi Kurasaka. The guy was informed about it, had been an officer at a nearby police box. There had been a phone call from the head of the Kisaki household. First thing in the morning, or so they say. Last night, the three of us, me, my wife, and my daughter, committed that by wringing our necks rather pleasantly. It will be much very appreciated by me if you take care of the mess as soon as possible. Certainly don't want to inconvenience the neighbors. Bad joke, but unfortunately for the office receiving the call, he didn't have the sense to figure out what part of that he was supposed to laugh at, and headed straight to the Kisaki residence, then blam. Never heard from again. Ditto for the other officers that came by looking for his partner. He didn't come back past noon. The police box at Block 2 of Shikurasaka became an empty husk for half the day, and news of this strange incident spread before the police department even got word of it. Of course, it's not the kind of stuff that will make its way on the airwaves, since it is just local. But really, it's just gossip among people living around the area. Oh dear heavens, that officer hasn't come out from the Kisaki's household yet. Oh ho ho ho. Oh, that reminds me. I wonder why the window shutters have been closed since yesterday. Ho 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 ho. I don't know if these housewives are alert or just having nothing better to do. Gossip like that crept gradually through town, eventually reaching the sharp ears of the lovers of the curious. Sometime after 2 p.m., apparently they shared the news with me, and there had been phone calls in the afternoon. Don't remember the stupid details of this conversation, but the time is definitely there on the call history. As of 6:40 p.m., there have been 2 calls before the sun had set from a Suranui and Karyo Kaye. Don't care about the Suranui one, but the Kaye call? That's a problem. There's something ominous just by getting a call from an oddball that loves cell phones but hates making phone calls. And so it's a little before 7 p.m. after the sun had set. Had been a third phone call. The number of the caller didn't show up on the display. I waited a little before I answered the door. What was to be said couldn't be any simple. The man told me his name was Kisaki, gave me his address and said, "I'm very sorry, I'm tired, so I want you to exorcise me." Then he hung up after giving me that very sorry sounding line. What I really wanted to do was forget about it and go back to sleep, but there were 3 reasons why I couldn't ignore him. Number 1, the massive amount of memos on my desk, probably advice from Kaye, detailing the events today of the Kisaki family suicide. Number 2, the address of Kisaki-san's that I just heard, Shikurasaka Block 2, 4-7. That's only 3 houses away from me. And number 3, I happen to have the luck to still have Kaya's arm today. Yep, the stage is prepared. If I pull it off, maybe I'll get reward money from Mato-san. Okay, so I've heard anything about civilians getting money transferred into their accounts for cooperation in arrests? But maybe she'll be a little nicer to me in the future. Alright, I'm going. From a rough calculation, I determined that expectation value exceeds trouble value. Before leaving, I briefly checked through the memos, finding an extremely important "look him in the eye and you will die" notice, written with a red pen. Wow, what is this, a ghost story? Trouble values exceeding expectation value a wee bit? But having already gotten pumped up in doing the deed, it felt like a hassle to just go back to my room. And that brings me to the Kisaki residence. The entrance I snuck through had a nice feel to it. A persimmon or apple-like hard but flexible, juicy meat kind of feel. I move in with my shoes still on, wooden walls stained with the stench of everyday living. A narrow, fragile hallway where the floor looked like it will break before you hear it creak. Light flickering on and off without rest. Despite that, it's as dark as a monochrome image. This was a house covered in black film. In the living room, the TV's been left on, with the usual Sunday night anime running. Oh, you know, that never-ending story, the one that revolves around the daily life of a certain middle-class family. So anyhow, right in front of those guys who sustained their household for decades without changes, were the corpses of those people who couldn't keep theirs up. A mother and daughter, probably. The mother slumped on the table, the daughter lying on the floor. Even though both of them were lying stomach flat down, they were clearly staring at the ceiling. They had very sad expressions. Their tearful faces looked like they exhausted a lifetime's worth of emotional reactions. This week's episode in the life of Isono-san must have been a real tearjerker, eh? Oh, okay, people will make these kind of faces when confronted with incomprehensible violence. But still, just what are you supposed to do to turn out corpses like this? Suicide by hanging is well known, but actually rotating the head itself to break the neck? That takes a bit of power. One thing I can think of is that huge vices were locked on their heads and then twisted. Not that it matters. This isn't the time to be deducting this and that about something unimaginable. It's none of a burglar's business if a locked room murder happened in the place he's burglarizing. Before long, this week's quality family time ended, but in behind the trailing closing crates, I bring myself to the stairs. The film covering the house was becoming increasingly filthier, and the instant I reached the second floor, the color changed so much I couldn't believe my eyes. The wooden hallway completely switched to concrete from black to white. The faintly dirty hallway gave me the impression of a grave religious painting. Crap, I'm not sleeping, am I? Oh, lovely dreams and reality just had to get spliced in together. I don't know where the swap was, but at the corner at the end of the hallway, there was some kind of almost dried out tree-like human figure. Excuse me, are you a priest? The dead tree had a good penetrating voice. Oh, so it's the tree then. Bastard. Great, just great. I'm seeing a dream that has no connection to the Kisaki house. Sorry, pal, I'm not a priest. Priests don't bring along black dogs, mind you. But I was told you would save us. Don't you purify demons like priests do in movies? It's exorcism, as in to expel, not to purify. Might sound the same, but there is a little difference. After all, the person's going to be broken along with the demon. He'll be normal again, but social rehabilitation is hopeless. And look, real demons are rare, period. What you buggers are afflicted with is just a sickness. It's only a slightly special mental disorder. So just please stop calling yourself that. Anyway, I'm not a priest. A priest isn't going to be able to heal your sickness either. Just deal with it yourself or go under the care of a big hospital. From what I'm seeing, this mud doesn't have any interest in you. It hurts so much. I could see noise. For a second, I saw an abandoned building with puke all over the floor, like a CD with a ghost hidden between the tracks. Okay, the audio must have jumped a bit, so I'll say it again. Go to a damn hospital. Ah! I told you. I told you it's something else. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. Until now, I did fine on my own and did exactly what Mama said, didn't I? Studied every day, got good grades to make Mama happy, to make up for Papa being gone. But why do I have to be told that when I become a little broken? The concrete wall is twisting. I mean, it's melting. The excitement of the figure's emotions is melting the hallway itself. This is dangerous. I could get melted along with it if it keeps going on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, seriously, you're freaking me out. So just wait. Relax, my bad. I shouldn't have assumed that you, a complete stranger, was sick. I could say the same thing about treating a complete stranger like he was a priest. But I won't bother pointing that out. Say the wrong thing and I will be killed. Doesn't matter if this is a dream or not. It's really not a nice feeling to be killed. But don't you agree that it makes more sense to call a doctor instead of a priest? Now you are saying that you are not sick? But personally, I think it beats being called demon possessed. After all, you do get treated like a human being, and either way, you're still not going to be normal. How am I supposed to be okay with that? You don't get it. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. There's something seriously wrong with me. It's not normal. Know what I want to do and what I don't want to do, but I'm doing both. Both. Mom is saying I'm sick, but this kind of sickness doesn't exist. This is demon possession. It's not my fault. I'm not recovering. It's the demon's fault. The figure shouts. The concrete is melting. It's melting. I'm freaked. Why is that? Because my cheek's starting to feel like it's melting. Whoa ho ho. Shit, come on, give me a break. I don't want to be digested in a place like this. Then take back what you said. Said that I'm possessed by a demon. Points out my error sharply. Damn nut job. There's an intense difference of enthusiasm between you and me here that's not making this easy for me. Roger, so let's assume a demon is possessing you. I think that's actually rather embarrassing. Anybody can get sick, so that's something that can be emphasized with. But getting possessed is... See, there's this image of ostracism with it, yeah? Ostracism. With it, yeah? The dissolving of the walls is slowing. The figure is pleased. No, you are a priest, but you don't even know that? Listen, in the West, demons possess people that don't believe in God. Demons expose the dirty, hidden parts of people and make them sin. It's not a sickness. If it was, there wouldn't be anything else to it besides recovering from it, right? But demon's possession is different. As long as the demon is gone, person is clean of his sins by exposing them all. This is not the West. Also, Japan doesn't have the right climate for sin and punishment to spread like epidemic diseases. The ones that are irresponsibly spreading it and indiscriminately infecting others aren't celestial. They are artificial and calculating fakes. Oh my, is that so? Well, you sure are at about Christian. Well then, why don't we put aside the cleaning out the skeletons from the closet part? Okay, so what is it then? If you hadn't even known about God, you wouldn't be possessed by a demon. Yes, that's right. Knowledge and faith are different. If I haven't known about God, I will know about demons. That's why I. Okay. Basically, what you really want to say is that God and demons are the same. Could also call them a set or partners in crime, but hey, it's not like it was either of those. Figure seems to be getting happier and completely stopped melting the concrete. Miller after, it reverted back to the original two-floor red wooden building and my dear middle-class halfway appeared. Woohoo! I could now see the door to the bedroom. As long as I open the door, it's adios to this sucker. Don't you see? God is using demons to test us. I'm being tested. I was chosen. If only this demon would leave, I could have a normal body again. I could be normal again, but everyone makes fun of me. This isn't a sickness. I know it. There's somebody else, not me, that's making me into this. Yes, that's it. I hit Mama, turning my room into a mess. I'm being made fun of by all my friends because God is trying to save me. No, I hold back what I was going to say. I'm not a fan of saying this and that about another person's values, and I don't think it's going to be amusing if I point it out this time either. I somehow understand your lingo, but why are you talking to me about this? Why are you asking me that? Aren't we the same? You are also missing a part of yourself. I put my hands on the bedroom door. Don't get chummy with me, stranger. I'm one of the eating. You are an eater. An eater. Don't ever say we are the same life form just because we look alike. Bang! The door opening without any resistance. White and black, good from this point on. It's the Kisaki business. The bedroom I stepped into was enveloped in faint darkness. The shutters are closed. The only lighting is coming from a mini bulb. Maybe it was from the lack of ventilation, but the room is like a sauna and hard to breathe in. In the bedroom there are two beds. Sitting on the furthest bed is a man in a business suit. He doesn't notice me. His head is dropped powerlessly with his back facing me. But going by his build, that's got to be the head of the household. Unlike the two on the first floor, this guy's neck was normal. Still has the shape of a normal human being. In short, he is alive. Well, no shit. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be able to make a phone call saying that the three of them happily committed suicide. Keep the sound of my feet stealthily. Kisaki's back is facing me. He might have noticed me. He might not have. Sight of his lumped back was like an art museum on the brink of collapsing. Distance from bed is about 1.5 meters. Closing in by 3 more steps will give me the distance I need to be able to spring on him, no matter what syndromes he has or will have. But something got in the way. There was a thump as my feet made contact with something. Crap. Hey, this is kind of big. It was the body of a person, eyes wide open and dead. Policeman cadaver. Two of them. Both of them stomached to the floor with their necks twisted fully. Good evening. I didn't come. You will come so quickly to save me. I raised my head by reflex. Instantly I stopped breathing from horror. The corner of the room. There was a large full-scale mirror reflecting the figure of Kisaki. Our eyes met. Not good. But we both became aware of each other's presence by the mirror and look him in the eyes and you will die. Ah! The muscles through my body spasm. Hurts like my entire body has been stretched out by a roller. But it's been stretched out again and again. As a bonus, I can move not even one of my fingertips. This is too powerful. Just becoming aware that our eyes met for just one brief instant, turning my command system into muck. Two dead bodies with their necks twisted by my feet. A middle-aged man with his back facing me, gazing at me. A dark room as steamed up as a sauna. No, I mean it, this is scary. Can't even change the line of sight because I can't move my pupils. And excuse me, even more pressingly, I am having a little difficulty in breathing, since I can send commands to my body. You must be that. What was it again? Oh yes, you must be that exorcist that eases the possessed. Oh, aren't you Arika-kun from the Ishizue family? No reaction from me since our eyes are still meeting. I'm helpless until he cuts off eye contact. That's right, you are Arika-kun. You were just discharged from the hospital, weren't you? The reason you were admitted was... What was it? I'm sorry. I've been so busy with work lately that I haven't been a good neighbor. The daughter's been pestering me for money, so she could buy you a gift for a visit to the hospital? But tell me, did she even see you once? Did she? I definitely will know if she really did visit. Oh, wait a minute. Weren't visitors not allowed at that hospital? Oh, damn. Oh, damn. You see, I apparently am afflicted with that thing you people call demon possession. I'm keeping myself in this room to be alone until an exorcist comes. I want to avoid contact with people as much as possible. I don't want to be reported to the police, and I certainly don't want any awful rumors to spread. When you become as old as me, as old as I am, what society thinks of you becomes the second most important concern in life. Kisaki raises his head gradually. He's ready to kill. Wah, hold on, it's me. Hello? The exorcist is me. Don't get hasty. If you want to talk, I'm all ears. But that's all because there's a family to support. You saw my wife and daughter below, didn't you? It's been one day since then, but I do hope they haven't started decaying yet. It is December, but still summer after all. I wanted to keep them in the refrigerator, but they are not going to be able to fit. Well, have been nice to do something before the neighbors complain. But oh well, it doesn't matter anymore. No, actually, it never mattered in the first place. But for some reason, the two of them followed my example and died. How absolutely meaningless. Up until the very end, my family had to become a burden. Kisaki slowly turns. His eyes that had met mine through the mirror are slowly facing me. And at the same time, no, I won't do anything to inconvenience you. For I kill any more people, I will kill myself. I really should have I really should have been dead long ago, but for some reason I am the only one that can die. Last night I did twist my own neck after all. The neck. My neck is turning at a speed matching Kisaki's. I wanted to die by myself. I've been lying to my wife, you see. The company. I quit it a week ago. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I was so tired that I hadn't realized that I had been tired until now. I'm already over 50 years old. Isn't it about time that I'm allowed to become free? If the neck of Kisaki's back facing me had been at 0 degrees, it's now at 20. Not good. I think I have a good idea on what the mechanism behind this demon possession was. But my wife objected. Don't quit your damn company because you want to. Your body doesn't belong only to you. Have the obligation to take care of us. That's what she said. It was horrible. I've been married for a long time, but Arika-kun. The hysteria of a woman chills passion incredibly. Sometimes I think that's a trait that only women have. Us men have too much pride to act as childish as they do. Okay, this guy is on a bad spot. 40 degrees, 60 degrees. As if to copy Kisaki's neck, mine was also turning. Speaking of which, at 90 degrees, my neck will be almost completely facing the side. Beyond that, well, no matter how much I put things in my favor, 120 should be my limit. I'll make it clear, I didn't want a family suicide. I just wanted to be alone because, I don't know, I quit in the first place because, that's right, I made a major blunder. Even at this age, I tried to fill in figures by raising money, but it wasn't enough. My superiors told me to go hang myself. I was up to my neck in debt. It was impossible to repay everything while I was still alive. 90 degrees, 100 degrees. The bones in my neck creaked sharply. That's why when I planned to die by myself, my wife and daughter said no. No, that's not quite what they said. They say that if I truly wanted to die, I should find a way to die that leaves them money. Oh, how utterly stupid, you people. The reason I want to die is because I'm sick of that. They couldn't understand that even until the end. So I committed suicide in front of my wife without saying anything. Then something foul must have taken control of them. My wife and my daughter both followed my lead and killed themselves by twisting their necks. Excuse me, but I believe that what was you're doing? 120 degrees, 130 degrees. The neck is turning. Led on by Kisaki, a demon possessed. The necks of the people around him turn. That's the medical condition he gained from demon possession. The affected site is the neck, and the function born from that is instigation. The cause? Overwork. Go to hell. Kisaki stopped thinking to keep himself from realizing what his condition is and kept repeating his homicidal suicides. People that make contact with that old man's eyes are forced to copy his movements. Give me a damn break. That guy's neck may be able to do that because he's got a twisting one, but humans' necks do not turn. I'm going to die. A few more seconds and But still, I thought about it. If it is my duty to support my family, then it also should be my family's obligation to die with me. After all, they can live without me. Isn't that right? If that is true, they should die with me. And my wife and daughter did just that. I can stand it. I didn't think they'd go that far to tie our lives together. Damn it. Family love really is an unconscious hell. Kisaki's face turns completely backwards, an exact 180 degrees. Kisaki's neck turns smoothly, while mine turns rough. Snap. Sniff, sniff. The black dog is looking for the twisting neck. The room is dark. But that isn't a problem. The black dog is blind and thus never needed light. The left arm, which lost its prosthetic arm, hooks a formed formless form from the neck, which lost its neck. Attaboy. Okay, Hatred-chan, it's time for dinner. The sky is near. When I woke up, my vision was covered by water. The sky has turned into an ocean. Sunlight is a shade of white. Light, while shimmering with the currents of water, pours down on me and the storm room. Inside the clear blueness, the current in the ocean above my head violently swoosh as the outline of an enormous fish pass. Figure of the fish brushes against the light. Its body length is a little more than 2 meters. To fish off, I can't tell if that even is a fish. Even then, I don't know what kind of fish it is. If I had to go by just the silhouette, it's a shark. If somebody asked me if sharks can live in fresh water, I'd have to pause a bit. The shadows distance itself, probably because it didn't like me looking at it. The fish went higher, deeper into the ocean and disappeared. Felt like the sky and the ground were reversed, but I'm used to it. No problem. That's a glass ceiling, and above it is a huge water tank. No, a little different from that. The room I'm in is underneath a huge water tank. Would be the correct way of describing it. I'm just in an underground chamber, and the ocean above my head really isn't the ocean, but just an old storage tank. This crazy water tank ceiling chamber is an anachronism. There may as well be a room taken straight out of a medieval castle. You see, I'm at the outskirts of Shikura City, in the home of Karyukaye, which lies in the forest. Oh, Arika, you are awake? An androgynous voice came from the canopy bed at the center of the room. From here I could only make out a shadow and not the face from here. Would that be the owner of the room? Well, actually, I wouldn't be able to see anything but a shadow no matter where I tried to look from. That's bed, that bed's been calculatingly positioned in a way to ensure that no one could get a glimpse of the face unless they were standing right next to the bed. The underground chamber is built like a giant square box. The ceiling is glass and around it are walls of stone, layered like brick. There are doors at all four sides of the room, but I've never opened any of them from other than the entrance at the south side. Inside, virtually none of the everyday essential furnishings are present, the only electrical appliance being a small fridge in the corner. Piles of antiques are scattered with almost no semblance of order through the room. Depending on how one were to look at it, it could also be a storehouse for junk. Sorry, fell asleep. Needed anything while I'd been sleeping? No, nothing important at all. But now that you are awake, do your job. My throat's dry. Bring me some water. I just woken up, maybe as an after effect of a bad dream. I make sure my neck isn't twisted and rise my body up from the sofa. This room doesn't have any running water. The only water is the distilled water that's been stocked up in the refrigerator. I walk slowly to the corner over to the mountain-like stack of gloves, and the refrigerator partly buried by that, and pop, open the door with one hand. Well, a fridge full of yellow shit. There's nothing but colored stuff here. If there's no water, that will be fine too. If I have to drink something, then I'll have grapefruit, okay? Sure is healthy for someone bedridden. Might even be more energetic than me sometimes because Kaye watches out for that kind of stuff. If being picky about meals really makes a difference with Homo sapiens, that must mean people like me don't have much time left on Earth. Oh, but don't worry, we omnivores love junk food. 2 times the tastiness, since it keeps meal cheap and cuts down a needlessly long lifespan. While bravely putting up with the treacheries of the lightly carbonated fast food beverage, I pour the light yellow into an oh-so expensive glass. There's a man with one arm reflecting off the mirror on the wall to the side of the fridge. Not a pleasant sight. The man is missing his left arm, nothing from the upper arm down. Me, I think it's actually damn cool, since now I look like an evil robot. But that bravado doesn't make up for the inconvenience of having only one arm. 2 years ago, I lost my left arm in a little accident. In fact, I've been lost so completely and perfectly that it left people baffled with just what one has to do to remove it so cleanly. Luckily, the only thing I lost was that, and there hasn't been any danger to my life. 1.5 years of rehabilitation, and I got discharged. Pain in the ass for job searching and socializing. But nope, no dissatisfaction with the one-armed me. I am somehow managing to get some small-time cash with this dual part-time job. So yeah, I say I'm one of the fortunate. But the only thing that bugged me was the time I discovered I shouldn't tie shoelaces by myself. Now that was a shock. Oh, hurry, hurry. Run, Arika, run. I closed the fridge and hurried over to my spoiled employer. Having trouble walking, I guess I must have fallen asleep with my neck in the wrong position. Thanks, it's actually been 5 hours since I had something to drink. The master of the room slightly raised the neck and took the glass. A black artificial right arm. Karyukaya gulps down the yellow fluid without hesitation. That was delicious. So you were groaning. What was that about? What? Like the feeling that I've been movie hopping theaters for the lousy late night showings. Oh wait, you wouldn't get that. Nope. Can't say I can identify with that. I never been to a theater before. Besides, is there such a thing as an entertaining late night show? Golly, why yes, there are. A whole lot. The fool has the idea that a late night showing is the act of shitting out third-rate movies that can only be shown in the middle of the night. I'll let you know that nowadays, late night showings are better for actually enjoying movies, okay? But no point in explaining this to someone who doesn't understand the fundamentals of movies. Sorry, bad example. Basically, I just had a dream of something nasty that happened a while ago. Oh, really? Kael looks at me with a blank face. This is my employer, the owner of this underground chamber. First thing to be noticed at a glance is the artificial arm. A black plaster arm extending slenderly like a mannequin was attached. Not a word, just as armless as me. However, Kaya's mischievous critters, several notches higher than the likes of me in the outrageous department. Age is 14 or 15, silk-like, long black hair and a pretty face that will knock out any man. But watch out, boys, this is a man. Shocking, but yes, a man. This is coming from me, the guy that easily thought he was a girl at first sight, so there's no mistaking it. Name's Karyo Kaye. Pain in the ass, so I just call him Kaye. This naughty punk who seriously be like a princess if he just shut up is a work of art that God commissioned on a whim. At the same time, he's also evidence that God has no taste. So then, what kind might this nasty dream of yours be? Hours of seeing something like that does stir up my curiosity. It was quite the mystery as to how you could manage to sleep the entire time in such agony. He has me in amusement. He's bored all year long, so he's voracious for anything interesting. Look, I already told you, it was a nasty dream. I'm still feeling nauseous here. And the last thing I need is to remember it. I was about to die in it. Well, actually, I definitely did die back there. My neck was twisted after all. Oh, you saw a dream where you were about to die? So that's why you were screaming things like, "Oh, help!" or "Please stop for the love of God." Oh, pooh. That would have been real entertainment if you'd only sleep a little longer. Is that supposed to mean you wanted to hear my death scream? You're sick. You see me groaning. Wake me up, damn it. Why do you enjoy seeing people suffer? Do you get turned on by the panting of men? It depends, but yours, Akira, was quite a treat. You know, I don't know what happened to you, but it was a disconnected and interesting jumble of somniloquy. Oh, but that demonstration of your shameless and wonderful true colors was more than appetizing enough. The punk then thanked me for the meal and smiles happily. Oh snap, I just had to get charmed by that. I don't want to admit it, but it's adorable. It's the ultimate smile. If you are a man, you can resist it. The truth is, I hate the guy, but I love his smile. One day, this dilemma must be resolved. Well, I think it's about time we leave it here for now. I'll mostly keep to just reading aloud for this playthrough. Hope you enjoyed this first part, and we'll see how their situationship, if you will call it that, is going to develop. Thank you very much for watching.